Nothing sweeter than a victory on the road in the playoffs, and the Hawks in that third quarter, Nick, dominated game one.
Well, they came in with a lot of confidence. They played well throughout this whole game. Teams going to make runs, but the Hawks was able to weather that storm, come back in that third quarter, had a monster third quarter where they scored 30 points in that third quarter. It was a huge quarter for them, but it was the way they scored those points, by attacking the defense of the Indiana Pacers. They did make adjustments, and the Hawks made them pay.
And speaking of adjustments, the Indiana Pacers now have seen the Hawks come into their building in 2 consecutive weekends here and just put it to them. They have had no answer for Jeff Teague.
Well, you know what? They're not getting people back on defense. You know Jeff Teague is coming at you full speed. You got to get all 5 guys back into the paint. They wasn't able to do that, and time again, Jeff Teague was able to get into the lane. If he wasn't creating something for himself, he was creating something for his teammates. But he got 28 big points just by penetration.
And Paul Millsap was superb doing the dirty work inside.
Man, he did yeoman's work tonight. I mean, he was inside getting the hard buckets. He was shooting with his left hand, his right hand. He was using his body to create space. But more importantly, he accepted the challenge of the bigs of the Indiana Pacers. They had no answer for Paul Millsap.
Now let's take a look at it going forward from the other bench. They got a couple of days to prepare. The losing team is always the club that has to make the adjustments in the playoffs. Do you think that Frank Vogel would be so bold as to change his starting lineup for game 2?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because you got to get somebody on the floor that can contend with Payroll Antique stretching your defense. So you got to get a guy out to him. So now they don't have all that room to make plays. But the Hawks, again, got so many great shooters that no matter who they put out on the floor, I think is an advantage in the Hawks' favor.
Well, the Hawks certainly have their preparation time ahead of them, too. And this is a club now that sort of figured out a way to beat this team. Now they just have to figure out a way to keep it going.
The thing is, you do more of the same. You have a couple tweaks that you need to go over, but keep the same energy, the same strategy as far as playing fast, downhill, Jeff Teague attacking. And if you do that, make a couple small adjustments, you'll be in great shape.
A great win for the Hawks in game 1. It's on to game 2 Tuesday night.